So, ladies and gentlemen, my real name is Bishop. Bishop is a young man who is trying to live, trying to become a better version of myself every single day. And truly telling you is that I've, let me say, like over 30, I'm not 30. You see, over, if not 7, around 8 years, I've gone through hell in my life ever since I was in Form 2, Form 3, Form 4. I left school. I started looking for my life. Like, I started focusing on my life. And what was actually happening to my life was, I can say, it was mysterious because it was a mental problem. It was a mental problem. And I remember when I was graduating to Form 3, I think second term holiday, there's August. Form 2, I went home and I spent August, a sleepless August. True. It's a true story, by the way. I spent a sleepless August being raised by a single mother. You know that. And I know for those who truly see this video and they know me, and they come from the village I come from, you know what I'm really talking about. Yeah. And I think my journey is about to begin in a new way. And nobody is going to stop me. Yes, I know I'm going to give this story. It's my story. And it relates to so many people in Africa and to the world. That's why I'm speaking English, so that you can get the story. And you might be going through the same story and you don't know what is going on. So August, I spent a sleepless August. No sleep. I suffered. I could ask my mother what is going on. I'm not sleeping. And she will jokingly say, "Oh, stop thinking about girls. You stop thinking. You have started engaging into girlfriends. Yeah, stop thinking about girls." Deep down in me, I knew I was not thinking about girls. Actually, but then I was a virgin. Yeah, I was. I had not seen a girl's vagina. I've never been touched. I was shy to girls. But my mother could jokingly say, my late mother, I buried my mother last January on 3rd. And so she could joke and say, "Stop thinking about girls. It's gonna be okay." But truly speaking, from inside, I was suffering. Sleepless nights, no concentration. Sleepless nights, no concentration. So the story went on. The situation went on just like that. The whole month, the whole holiday, I did not enjoy. I did not even finish my assignment. So, guys, for those ones who did study at Incurable, they can relate to the story. Yeah, so I was a top student. I was among the top students, top performing students. And so I started feeling some things rolling in my mind. And I could not concentrate in my studies. I could feel my mind jumping from this idea to next idea, this idea, next idea. And I was, what is the problem? What is the problem? What is going on with me? So teachers could even criticize me. Like, nowadays, because you think you are a top student, you you have now become reckless. Now you don't want to read, you don't want to concentrate in class, you are always out of school. So continue posting. That's how teachers could demoralize me, and I could really feel bad about me. And I could spend my time in the dormitory crying, because I truly had a big vision. I wanted to achieve more. I wanted to be more about myself. I wanted to be a great star, not only in art, but also in electrical, meaning aeronautical engineering. Physics was my best subject. Sciences were my best subject. Maths and the English were my best subject. So the teachers demoralized me. At home, my mother could not, take it serious, as most parents. Let me tell you something. Please be close to your children. Be very close to your children. I don't care what you're going to do with this video, but I want you to know that be close to your children. Monitor the behaviors and characters of your kid. If you see obnoxious behaviors, abnormal behaviors, take precautions. Take it very serious. Be close and talk to your daughter or son. Ask questions. What is going on? Are you okay? Don't always put a blame on your son or daughter because of not performing in classes. So I suffered in school, demoralization, at home, trauma. So I even had a private doctor, Tabaka Mission Hospital. So I could go to hospital, get tested, counseling, what? And even they did scanning, head scanning, to understand what was the problem. They could not find any problem. Dr. Lawrence could be like, was a Mzungu. He will be like, no, I don't know your problem. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem. I don't see a problem. So the question was I witched? I don't know. So life went on like that. And I don't know if the aim of this thing was to terminate my studies, but because of that itch, that vision, the aims I had, things I wanted to achieve, it could not let me stop my studies on the way. I could just go to school anyways. I don't care if I perform or I don't, if I spend the whole day in class or I don't. I could not mind so much, because my mother could not mind, my sister could not mind, and I was all by myself. I lost friends, because now the situation could now, make me defiant, isolated. So the only person I could think about is myself, and I did not want to walk to the people, because I feared the kind of critics, how society can treat you, what they can speak, provocative statements that demoralizes somebody. So I did not want to feel demoralized. So I could only spend time with myself, cry. I could also talk to my very close friend who was my study mate, Titus. Titus Makori is a late. He died mysteriously. Is 2-3 years ago, I think, yes. And he had graduated from, I don't know which university, and he did education. But before even getting the employment, today is buried. So that happened. Titus could not understand what is going on nowadays. We don't come in class, we don't study together, so he could withdraw from me and concentrate in his studies. So I lost him, I lost other friends that we used to have, discussion with, and that went on and on. I did my high school studies. So after finishing my studies, I did music. I recorded my first album, and the album I produced was a testimony. Like it was like a testimony, because my first song is Yatima, and the song, I made this song because I felt like I'm alone. I felt like I'm so lonely. Nobody understands me. So I was like telling God, you're the one who knows me. Don't forget me. You see, the Swahili song. And I also produced this song. That's the first reason. The second reason, I wanted to show the world when they are burying me, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna die because I've lost hope. I could even, have some thoughts of, committing suicide. Wanted to kill myself. To make sense, I wanted to throw myself to the river. But every time I had this attempt, I could find somebody coming from nowhere and they stop me from taking the action. So I could pretend it's just a normal situation. But in a real sense, I was planning to throw myself to the river, and I get drained. And so those are the only negative thoughts that could flow in my mind all that long. So the second scan was also done, and I've also done August of 2018 August. I did my third scan at German Center. Yeah, I did scan, and every after scan, I'm like, this one is going to solve my problem. Surprisingly, the doctors could say, you have no problem in your head. Your head is clean. But I feel something's here. I feel this is something I feel in my head. There's something coming and coming, tingling. Some needles I'm feeling in my head. See, a sensation that keeps me confused and even distorts my communication and cannot keep me concentrated. Doctor, what is it? Like, I don't know. I've visited psychiatry. That's after high school. So the whole concentration went back to myself, my mental health. So after involving myself in Youth on the Move, of which we were able I was able, just mysteriously, I don't know, we did mental health. Youth on the Move deals with mental health, and specifically we were talking about epilepsy. Yeah, I've actually talked to people, those ones who can find this video, they can find this face related. So having that opportunity to work with an NGO and having an opportunity to study and brain condition. So I went to Youth on the Move. After getting that opportunity, I could take my time to study myself even more, engage and ask questions. People like Brenda Sharp really participated to shape my mental problem. But then I still didn't solve the problem completely. But I had a technique, meditation. So I could meditate and calm myself down. So my job had been calming myself down, and trying as much as possible to rise. Just trying as much as possible to rise. I've been trying and visiting hospitals and trying, and finally I had a friend. Friend is a doctor who is having a chemist somewhere in Eastlands, Nairobi, Eastleigh. So I told the friend, I'm just feeling kinda, my throat is not okay, and as well as my mind is getting affected. I don't know what's the problem. And he said, why can't you check an ENT specialist? ENT specialist. And was, what is that? Ear, nose, and throat specialist. I was like, okay. So I visited an ENT specialist, Kayole, and he prescribed me some of these medication. Guys, this is Resa. Yeah, so I take 10 ml 3 times a day. Yeah, 3 times a day, and it seems to be working. And this I apply. What is this called? Flona spray. I pull it to my nose. I spray it in my nose. Yeah, and the other medicine, like this one. This is called a surprise, something like that. So he prescribed some of the medicine, and one of the things that she told me is that I have a high level of acids in my body. I was like, okay, so these are antacids, see, and maybe because of the acids and they're affecting my nose trees. And of course, yes, I can really confirm that one. And my question to the doctors and the ENT specialist, it's good to understand this one, because I was having a conversation with the specialist who diagnosed this kind of medication. She was like, you're having some sort of stress. You're having stress and you need to check a psychiatric. I was like, no. Actually, I've been checking psychiatric. I've been having conversations with psychiatric, and I've explained myself. I've talked to psychiatric, and they have, counseled me. And at the end of the day, I still feel the same. You see, how is ear and ENT problems associate themselves with mental kind of distortion? How is it related? Because no concentration, feeling like the brain is affected. That's somewhere. To extent, actually, guys, I have to tell you this, because you cannot take me to court. Whatever you can judge, you cannot. But it's good to explain myself, so that somebody else who is somewhere experiencing the same problem, we can communicate and try to help each other. And that's why most of my time you see me talking about mental health, and I really say that everything, the blossom of every greatness, begins in the mind. If the mind is affected, then it is very hard for us to move forward. You see, it is very hard for us to move forward. If you can't see the picture of what you want in the mind, then it is very difficult for you to move forward. So I'm asking doctors, ENT specialists, and other specialist personnel and doctors, this is my question: how is ENT problems associate itself with the mind? How? To extents, I was some years back, and 5 years, 6 years back, I was kind of paralyzed. I was feeling like there's some kind of paralysis coming on my way, because I could feel it to my left leg. You see, I could feel like even my beards, when they started growing, they were growing on this side, and this side was clean. And now I could shave them, because I didn't want people to notice that the beards are growing on this side and not growing on the other side. And how is this? How what is how is it associated, or does it happen that way? Because the nurse, the specialist told me, like, no, that problem, I think, is you need to check a psychiatric. It's like you have stress. It's like something bothers you more than this one. But truly speaking, nothing bothers me, because one thing I know is that wealthy can be found at any age in life. We have people who are very normal. We have people who are born na mali kwao, na wamekula mali yote, wamebaki maskini. You see, my question is, how is the ENT problem associated with the mental discomfort? If we need to get these answers, and we need to focus on these, so that now we can maybe help other people who might be going through the same problem. And I think another question: do we can H pylori, can this H be something, H pylori or what, something like that? Yeah, can it also be associated with this kind of problem I've just explained? Sleepless nights, you know, discomfort, more especially, you guys, from here to here. The rest of the body is okay. It's not aching, but from somewhere here to here. Problem. Confused. You can't concentrate on one thing and finish. Change of behaviors. Defiance. You feel like you are depressed, but it is not really depression. Guys, if you're going through any mental problem, speak out. Speak out. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just speak out what you feel. Find somebody who you can talk to, who will truly understand you. Not those ones you explain and they're like, so when you find somebody who can truly understand what you feel, and they can give you an appropriate answers or way forward. Don't stay in the closet because you fear what people are going to say. Fearing the criticism from the people. Anyways, if it's dying, you're gonna die. And if you have a chance to live, you will live. You see, like me, I can say, it's God. Because it's like I'm a living miracle. Like I was not supposed to live. You see, sometimes I sit and like, God, when I die, please let me be remembered. That I wanted to be a great person who will bring change and transformation to the universe. Who will speak. An aeronautical engineer who will fly to different countries, who will achieve great, great things. I sit and pray in God, please, don't let me be forgotten. Yes, I know nobody trusts me. Yes, I know nobody knows me, but don't let me be forgotten. You sleep and wake up in the morning and it seems like it's a miracle. And I know somebody else somewhere goes through the same thing. I remember I used to stay, I'm the only son. I used to stay in a house alone. And I could cry to God, please let me die. I don't want to live. I don't want to live this way. This life is not making sense to me. Allow me die. Don't hold me. Allow me die. I could cry. You see, And I know somebody else somewhere is going through the same, might be going through the same story. You don't know what to do. You only pray. People are taking you to church. Pray to God. God is going to help you. I did. Actually, I'm one guy who has gone through almost Loliono ndo sikuenda peke yake. Lakini most of the Njoroge huyu mwenye amekufa, nilikuja huko Cabanas, nimekuja huko kwa Ng'ang'a, nimeenda kwa Pastor Pius Muiru, nimeingia hapo. Nimekaa mbele na ngoja roho nikuwe wa kwanza. Nakaa mbele ndio roho inione wa kwanza. Lakini roho inaona wengine, wenye wako na magari, wenye wako na ni walimu, wenye wako na cheo kubwa, ninaona. Mimi sikuonekana. Vitu zimehappen, nimetembea kwa waombezi hao wadogo wanasema what? Kama ni kwa waganga nimeenda. Nimefanyiwa vitu, wamenikoroga, mfanya nini, but still the problem could remain the same. So I say, the only thing I'm waiting is death. And now death was not coming. I said, you know what? I have to keep myself going. I don't care anyways. If death is coming, let this death find me going. I'm not going to sit down and get knocked when I'm sitting down. No. I'll keep on walking. So when life knocks me down, it finds me standing and moving forward. And that has been the greatest strength in my life, which has kept me keeping on going. So please, parents, I want to say this as I wind up. Please be close to your children. Be close to your children, because you don't know where they're being fed at school. They might be having H. pylori. They might be having acids. They might be going through pressure. They might be having some sort of epilepsy. They might be having some sort of tics and psychogenic or autism or bipolar or other brain conditions which can alter their behaviors and characters and even their personality. So don't be so quick to judge your child. Don't be so quick to beat your child. Don't be so quick to neglect your child. No, take some little time and pull your kid close and ask questions. Are you okay? Is everything okay? How are you feeling? Why is this going this way? Be friends to your kid, for the kids to understand you, for you to understand your children, because the future of these kids lies on your hand. How you're going to nurture them, because at school teachers have no time to pay attention to your kid because they have other business and other brighter students to attend. So the future of your child lies on your hand. So if you become too busy and if you become too arrogant to your kid, therefore your kid is going to lose hope. And if your son or daughter loses hope, then who are you investing for? Who are you working for? You see, how will your generation be? It's all in vanity. My last statement is to those people who are practicing black magic on us. You see, this is now more of spiritual. And I will say this. You have no powers to control people. You totally have no powers. I know our parents allowed you to do that. But I can say this. If God lives, if truly God lives, if truly God is there, whoever, if it is somebody who practiced black magic on me, you're going to be successful and you don't want somebody to be successful. If truly God lives, through this Jesus Christ who came, sent by God to show us the way on earth. If you are a witch and you're practicing your black magic, on another son and daughter of a parent. I know you are very aware that your children will never be honored in the universe. That's number one. Your generation will be a disgrace in the universe. I have to say that. And lastly, your powers are already, as I speak now, powerless. If God lives, then your powers are just but powerless. That's why you don't do them on broad daylight. You practice black magic at night. The ancient, you practice black magic to make people have glory to glory. You're stealing stars, the blessings of other children, and now keeping it and giving it to your children. They will never receive any honor. Yes, they will study, get to university, but they will never receive any honor. Iyo nyota mmewanyang'anya. Go back. Ati hatapata pesa, atapata pesa. Johnny hatapata pesa, nitakuwa tajiri bwana. I'll be rich. I'll be rich. You cannot, if it is God who gives, then no man will take, no man, trust me. If God gives wisdom, maze ni God amepeana wisdom. It doesn't matter ni lini itakuja kuwa realized. Hiyo nyoto ulikuwa umechukua, inaanza njia, inalocate mwenyewe. Sahi, inalocate mwenyewe. Kama ni yangu inikujie. Ati hatapata kazi. Listen, if it is God given, it is God given. There's no less, there's no more. It is optimum. It is standard. And God is standard. God is truth. God is tranquility. God is integrity. God is omnipresent, is omnipotent, is omniscient. I don't care. Although hatapata bibi akae na yeye atulie. You know what? Hiyo nyote hiyo inaanza kunilocate mimi. Hataka inaanza kunilocate mimi. As I speak right now, zinakuja. Because you think you have power. You think you have powers, but truly speaking, you have no powers. Your peace right now is being starved. You will never have peace as long as I live. Trust me. Listen, we will start a war here. And I don't care what you're going to do.